The best conference I've ever attended for the last 25 years.
It's contributed to the physician that I am today.
It's become a much bigger event than just the CME itself.
It has improved not just in quality, but in stature as well.
The most important thing to me is that if I go for CME, I want to be able to bring back something that helps me help my patients.
So many of the conferences seem to be esoteric breakthroughs that may affect people long way into the future. The content in this conference seems to be something people can take home right away.
The conference is so grounded in primary care and the issues of primary care that it is, to some degree, much more meaningful than the national conferences.
The object is not to reveal the latest research, but research that may actually bear on day-to-day interactions with patients.
It talks about things that we use the next day in our office, or that very day if it's one of those busy office days where we can only attend a few lectures.
Basically, every lecturer has something to share that we can use. And some of their information overlaps, and it gives me a new insight.
I know for a fact every year I go, I come back to my practice with subtle changes, some of them big, some of them small.
And there's always an opportunity to walk away with what we call pearls of knowledge that is applicable to our practice of medicine.
And when we do our job well, every single lecture essentially has a take-home gem.
The continuing medical education that these physicians receive affects every single human being who lives in the southwestern part of the country. Doctors are far more capable because of the way we do this conference. So that, to me, is the major effect of it. It ties right into the mission of the foundation.
Medicine has always been a face-to-face profession. You can do lots of things remotely, you can do lots of things via teleconferencing, but the process of providing health care has always been a face-to-face business, and the process of teaching physicians has always been a face-to-face business.
You know, one of the things about our conference that I think sets it apart, as opposed to sitting in front of your computer, is actually having a subject matter expert right in front of you.
The chance to interact with a presenter or someone who is bringing educational material to the participants in the conference is just the effect of that, the value, I don't think, can be overestimated.
And you can either ask a question during the session or you can corner them after. They're always so agreeable to taking some questions on a difficult situation you have, or just something a little beyond the lecture that you could really pick up something from.
And this conference allows these health professionals of all stripes and all kinds to intermingle and talk to each other. Something you really can't do online, because they can discuss what they hear over lunch, over coffee.
I really enjoy walking by these little knots of participants who are discussing what they just learned, and saying, I didn't know that, or I knew this, and I thought about applying it in this way. That interaction is astounding to me.
But I hope we don't lose the opportunity to have real face-to-face, resident-based, live educational opportunities as we go forward. And I hope it doesn't change. I'm realistic that there'll be less live conferences over time, but I think there'll always be a place for them. At least I hope there will.